You already know that when I'm sitting on the floor with my bun this high, I'm going to rant about something, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. Let me tell you how I almost ended up in a pyramid scheme. So, this sad story starts about the time when I was quitting school. I mean, I was finishing my 3rd year, getting my bachelor's degree in Italian and Spanish, and I was already like the last few months of my 3rd year, I was on the verge of quitting, just not even getting my bachelor's, just fucking quitting. And I was doing a summer job. I was waitressing on an island near Zadar, and it was a very remote island. Like, I did not see my friends for some time. I mean, that whole summer I was just isolated, and it actually gave me time to like think about what I want, and I didn't know what I want, and I had like this feeling that I wasted 3 years of my life because I actually did not want to be in the career that I chose, so foreign languages, being a teacher or a translator, stuff like that. And I was in an extremely bad state because I was like questioning my my whole life, my future, and also I had to make a decision whether or not I'm going to go to grad school or I'm just going to like drop out or something. And that summer just damn near destroyed me. And then during my waitressing, a friend of mine contacted me and he was like, hey, how you've been? Like, it wasn't that standard come to my pyramid scheme. And we started talking, and I didn't actually have any intention to like have a discussion with him about life. I was actually, when I saw the message, I was like, why the fuck are you contacting me? And I should have stuck to that feeling, but as I said, I was not doing okay back then. So we started talking, and I think that the moment I asked him like, how are you, how you been, where are you working now, what's new with you, like something like that, like, you know, making small talk, he was like immediately like, oh my god, my life is amazing right now. And he started talking about this company, like rambling and rambling and rambling. And back then I did not have this knowledge of, you know, the MLM industry that I have now, and also I just did not know it's actually a pyramid scheme. And let's just say I was very new to all of this. And he started talking about this company, and he was like, oh my god, when you finish your job, maybe you should like come to a meeting and hear like what we have to say. Maybe you want to, let's say, get into this career. And I was like, okay, I mean, I'm this close to quitting school and I don't want to study anymore, maybe I should go to that meeting. And I realized now, I mean, now that I think about it, I realized that he weaponized my state, what I told him, like that I was thinking about quitting school, that I wasn't doing okay, that I did not enjoy waitressing the whole summer because I was constantly being tormented by the thoughts of going back to uni. And I think that he really weaponized this to get me to come to a meeting and to like put this idea of this business into my head. I don't blame him for weaponizing that and for using that to his advantage, because people who get into an MLM, they are brainwashed into preying on people's insecurities, thinking that they're being like good businessmen. It's disgusting and deplorable, but that's what happens. So time went on. I had to go from that job, like I had to go back to Zadar because I had to prepare for my last exam to get my bachelor's. And when I like quit and all of that, I came back to Zadar and I came to Zagreb, and there I met him, and he took me to that meeting. I just have to say, like, I didn't know anything about the MLM industry, but my mom knew. And when I told her about this, she was from the start, don't fucking go there, just don't go there, don't listen to those people, don't get on that, because I think that one of our like family friends was in that type of business, just with like different products, you know, MLMs always sell some shitty product. And she knew about this, and she told me like, this is a scam and you're going to lose money if you decide to join it. And she also knew that since I finished my summer job, which is for like students like me who finance themselves, like a main source of income sometimes, like you can save up a lot of money waitressing during the summer in Croatia. And she knew that I had the money to get into something like that, and I know now that she was very scared I'm actually going to do something stupid. But anyways, I met up with that friend of mine, and he took me to this meeting, and people, was I in for a treat. Let's just say, like, I wanted to be optimistic because I was not optimistic about a lot of things back then. I was, again, struggling with my career. I was like the perfect target audience to scam. And we came to this meeting, there were his friends, and from the start, like when I met that group of people that were going to be in that meeting, some of them were already in the MLM scam, some of them were there for the first time like me. I realized that there was this like strange vibe going on. They were all acting like they were on drugs. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody was drugged, but like there was this I don't know, this overwhelming amount of positivity and like euphoria that I only saw in people who were on some type of a, you know, drug. Am I supposed to say stuff like this on YouTube? I don't know. So anyways, this from the get-go was like, God, what did I get myself into? Because like I was there with him, I knew nobody else, and also I did not have a fucking idea in which part of town I was. I mean, I never lived in Zagreb as a student. I studied in Zadar, and I did not know, I mean, I did not have this knowledge of the whole city to know exactly where I am. And from the get-go, like, I realized that I put myself in a very dangerous situation. So we get in, and my friend went in before me. I was outside, I was like smoking or something. Back then I was a smoker. And he came outside and he was like, hey, everything is getting ready, do you want to go in? Like, this wasn't some type of an office building, this was a shipwreck. But yeah, they had like this setup, we had some like places to sit, we sat there. There was like 15 people there, and I mean, some of them were already there like sellers, some of them were new like me. And then this guy came in, and he was like the main, the lead of everything, let's say. And I'm going to sound like a bitch right now. I try not to be judgmental of people by the way they look or the way they dress. Of course, I have some thoughts in my head, like when I see somebody, of course, we'll have some thoughts, but I try to like suppress them, like, don't be a bitch, you never know who's like, you know, a good person or a bad person by the way they dress or by the way they look. We should never judge people by their appearance, but this guy came in and he had that, you know, that style where he wanted to seem as if he was very rich, but it just seemed like he dressed himself without looking in the mirror. Like somebody just put a blindfold over his eyes and let him dress himself. And also, he's one of those guys that wears jeans that are so tight that they look like they are actually women's jeans, like we wear skinny jeans. Like, I think that people who try to dress rich are always scammy. Like, people trying to dress rich are always scammy. And he came in there and he started to give this like lecture about, you know, bullshit. Like, it was the standard like talk, quit school. I'm thinking about it, man. You know, those motivational things, like you don't need an education, like this is this great business opportunity that you can seize, and you can be your own boss, you can work from home, you can like make millions. Let us show you all of these cars that we don't own. I hate these motivational speakers and these motivational speeches that people are like, you can have this car and you can seize your dreams and you can do this and you can do that, you don't need a school, you just need to start your own business. I was in the headspace where I was thinking about not going to grad school and quitting after my bachelor's degree, trying to find a new path in my life. And even then, even in that headspace, I was like, bullshit. I don't like this demonization of education, and of course the demonization of 9-to-5s. I can make a whole other rant about this. Like, I don't trust people who demonize education and who demonize 9-to-5s, like those normal jobs where you have a boss and you have like an 8-hour shift that you have to do. We can discuss objectively the things that are wrong with the education, or the things that are wrong with 9-to-5s and the system we work and study in, but demonizing it, that's always a red flag for me. But still, I was there, and the problem is, once you get to that meeting, it's very hard to just get up and leave. They were like, yeah, I forgot to say, like, this company is called bHIP, and it's an absolute scam. They are selling like some nutritional supplements, a herbal lifestyle, let's just call it like that. And they were like, there's this product, they are very centered on health and wellness and fitness and, you know, nutrition and stuff like this. And on the other side, during that whole presentation about having a better life, they had constantly like these pictures of expensive cars, of like luxury apartments and, you know, that tropical destination, stuff like that, and of a lot of fucking alcohol, like of expensive bottles of alcohol. That was like one of the motivators. So on one hand, you're trying to like peddle this product to people, like this healthy nutritional shakes, supplements, shit like that, and on the other hand, you're trying to inspire them by bottles of alcohol that's not very, you know, on the health side. It was just like the whole presentation was a pile of bullshit. And then the actual people who introduced this company to Croatia were actually from Slovenia, and they came there, and one of them, he was giving me bad vibes from the beginning, because I don't know, I can just sense stuff about people, and then I get extremely defensive around them. Like, I watch my step, I watch what I say, I try not to be alone with people like that. If I like get a bad vibe from the get-go, I'm done with you. And he was also holding one part of the presentation, and there were some guys that were laughing in the like last rows of the, let's call it a classroom. Like, it was not even an office, it more looked like a classroom. And he, like, I think that he was trying to assert dominance over them, but he came off looking like a complete jackass. Like, these guys were talking, and he was like, hey, if you don't want to be here and have a better life for yourself, you can leave. And I was just like, I was trying like to suppress my laughter. It was so stupid. Like, it was like a high school teacher trying to calm down the class. It was so stupid. And again, when I saw him trying to like assert dominance and like show some authority by doing that, I was just like, okay, I need to get the fuck out. What I also found out later is that my friend actually paid for me to get in. So those meetings were paid meetings. Just saying. That whole, I think that it was like 3 or 4 hours. I don't know. It was extremely long and it was exhausting. It was brainwashing. It was absolute brainwashing. I think that like from the beginning of the meeting, there was always like bad vibes from my side. I just did not feel comfortable. And also that one guy that from Slovenia that was there, he was creeping me out. And then that very logical and rational part of my brain like came to life again. And I just started calling bullshit on everything they say, because they were like showing that those models, like you need to recruit people, sell this, get these commission, stuff like that. And I actually saw that experts like debunked that model of doing business, because you, after a few cycles of recruitment, you exceed the population of the earth, because you run out of people to recruit and to get money from. And that's if we base it on the fact that everybody wants to be in this. You know what I mean? Like, already my brain was starting to like adding up numbers and being like, okay, my mom was right, I should always listen to my mom. And I knew that I was not going to get into this, but I was too like embarrassed to get out. And also like my friend brought me, my ex-friend if I might say, brought me there, and I did not want to like make him look bad because he was working with these people. And okay, I was there listening to this brainwashing, and the problem was that I saw in like some people that they were actually buying it, and some of them were very like enthusiastic, or their current sellers that, I mean, they were sellers at that time. They were all like, you know, clapping, like trying to cheer us all on. I was just like, bitch, calm the fuck down. Calm yourself. You do not have a penny in your name. You have no money if you're in this. Like, you're not making bank. Stop it. So the end of this meeting comes. Me and my friend go out, and I just have to say that they presented these products to us and all of that, and the starter kit. Let me just tell you what the requirements were for, you know, getting into the business, so buying the starter kit of the products. I have my laptop here, that's what I'm looking at. So I cannot say for sure, I cannot be like this was the price, but it was somewhere in the realm of 7,000 kunas to 10,000 kunas. So 7,000 kunas is $1,110. So from that to, give me a second, from that to 10,000 kunas, which is 1,585 American dollars. So that was the starter kit. Disgusting. I found some blog posts about them because they are still trying to do their thing in Croatia, and I saw that a lot of students were actually claiming that they asked them to pay like a starter fee for that, for those shitty products. That was about 10,000 kuna, so I think that they are still using these prices. I talked to my friend, I was like, no, fuck that, fuck you, fuck everything, I'm not doing that, I'm not going to give my money to that, and I did end up going to grad school and dropping out. But the fun part, so part 2 begins now. Remember how I said they are still trying to spread across Croatia? Yeah. The first and very interesting thing that happened to me, so I went and I got certified in digital marketing. Of course, you know, the internet spies on us, and when I was going to that course, of course I had to Google the course I was going in, and all of that, constantly ads about digital marketing were popping up on like my Facebook and my Instagram and stuff like that. And one of them was like, do you want to work like in digital marketing as a freelancer? And I opened it up, and there was a survey that I had to fill, and that was at the beginning of last year, a little bit before the, you know, issue of 2020 hit Europe. And I filled out that survey, and it was very strange to me, but I was like, you know what, I have nothing to lose, and I was supposed to put in my phone number, and I did. And then somebody got back to me, and they were like, do you want to come to a meeting, like, so we can discuss this and that? And I like literally asked them, but what is it that you do? Like, who are your clients? Can you name somebody you work with? This person that called me didn't want to tell me who they work with, and also his accent was very funny because he was not Croatian, he was Slovenian. Do you see where I'm going with this? So they were like trying to sell themselves as if they were a digital marketing company, and I did not fall for it out of one reason. I got very ill. I had a sinus infection, and I had to go back home, and I was like ill for a week or something, and I was very weak after that, and I completely forgot about that. It completely just, I disregarded it completely. And then, you know, the whole thing started, and all of that, and what happened next was also very interesting. Article popped up to me where like we have these like student sites, like student newspapers and stuff like that, student news portals, let's call them that, where like the journalists that are actually students as well were making a whole story about bHIP and their scammy tactics. Just to say, like, these MLMs industries in Croatia, they are not heavily regulated, so that's why they're actually trying to peddle this shitty product and that shitty business here. And also what is funny to me, like, Croatia is a small country and we have about 4 million people living here. Who the fuck are you going to recruit? Like 50-something-year-olds? I don't know. And anyways, I saw the article and I was like, oh my god, they are still here. I went to read that because like students, it's not like somebody was investigating these stories, but students were like sending their stories, their experiences with this company and that guy I mentioned, the skinny jeans guy, to these news sites, and they were like, hey, please can you publish a story about these people? We need to warn like more students about this, because this MLM industry, it's not so strong in Croatia. Like they're trying to say like, oh my god, this industry is booming in the UK, in the US, in Germany. Yes, and it's also heavily regulated, and it's also very often proven to be a fucking pyramid scheme. Like, stop. Anyways, the students were sending in their stories, and from that news outlet, the like journalists or whoever, they reached out to the skinny jeans guy. The skinny jeans guy, he opened a company so he could actually give receipts to people when they pay to attend that stupid meeting, because if you like attend that meeting, you do not get the receipt, you can actually go to the Croatian version of the IRS or to the cops and say what's happening, like that somebody is illegally doing something and stuff like that. So he opened the business so he could like charge the tickets and stuff like that. Like they interviewed him, and in the interview they of course asked him like, how does this selling goes and stuff like this. So this is a direct quote from one of the articles that was written about the skinny jeans guy and the scam. So the skinny jeans guy, admits himself that he doesn't really get the tax side of things. He does not understand the Croatian tax system. He said it publicly in an interview, and he's trying to sell himself like some businessman that made it even though he dropped out of high school. I mean, I am a grad school dropout. I dropped out of grad school after a few months. I only got my bachelor's degree, but like I'm not going around shouting from the rooftops like, look at me, I have a job even though I dropped out of grad school. I mean, high school? No offense to anybody who did it, but it's a weird flex. It is a weird flex. So anyways, and he explained like the way that their work functions, how they pay the salaries that are non-existent, and like how they do the taxes that he doesn't understand. Jesus Christ. And also, this is a direct quote from him. So the skinny jeans guy said, this job is not made to make us like some mass sales representative, because our main source of income is not a person having a million clients. So your main source of income is not actually selling products. And you're selling products and they don't even know how to lie like MLM scammers. It's sad. Like, do better, bitch. Let's go back to the rest of my experience with them. So anyways, I was always checking like my DMs, and I mean the request to message, because I like to talk to you guys, and some of you who I don't follow, you send me a DM and then I don't see it because I don't check the request messages, but I do check it now. And I realized that the people that the students complained about, like these fake profiles and these people, they were also trying to contact me. So I went and I had some fun. You know that these people have like standard messages that they send to everybody. Well, this girl, her name was Diana, she sent me that like classic text, that copy-paste text, and she was like, hi, we don't know each other, but can I ask you a question? And I already know what was coming, and I was like, sure. And she was like, I'm translating from English, from Croatian, that's why it's taking me a bit longer. So the reason because I am contacting you is because I'm working on a project that's currently expanding itself on the European market. Because of that, we are having some online seminars, so you can like she's pretending like I'm interested already. So you can hear more about the project, and I am looking for my team, like young adults who would be interested in working over the over social media and the internet, and we are also like in the business of like internet marketing, like digital marketing. And I hate the fact that they are trying to peddle themselves like they are a digital marketing company. No, you are not. You probably do not have like the knowledge of digital marketing that goes beyond making a fucking Facebook ad. Just shut the fuck up. So yes, the work is about 2 hours a day. It's flexible and you can like make some money working from home. And I was like, she told me, do you want to know more? And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I already knew where this was going, but I wanted to play. And I asked which company is involved. And all of a sudden, the Croatian she was speaking turned into something else. Like, it was no longer Croatian. It was some mixture of languages, but I understood her. And she was like, we collaborate with more companies as freelancers. And I was like, but which companies and what is the project? And then she said like bHIP Cosmetics, that's also one of the products that they're peddling, and bHIP. And I asked her, and what is the exact like description of the job? So we work in marketing, so we get certain amounts of offers a month that individuals can choose and work on them. Okay. And this again, she switched to perfect Croatian. Like, this is a copy-pasted like message from somebody who actually speaks Croatian. She is not Croatian. They're often marketing some product or a program or some idea that some company, like she's never saying like bHIP and bHIP Cosmetics, some company, like they have more companies. You don't, bitch. We also do promotions, because marketing and promoting something, that's not similar. Sponsored posts, that is digital marketing, bitch. Web shops, surveys, building teams, like these people have things to do. So you can pick and choose what you do and what you like, depending on what you pick. The monthly income from the beginning, so the starter monthly income is from 400 to 500 euros. Because we simply cannot do everything alone, so we have more people that work less, but they like do a quality job. That makes no fucking sense. We also have like the webinar or shit like that, yada yada yada, and she's constantly like forcing me to listen to this webinar, and she's being very like, I don't want to tell you everything, listen to this webinar. And I asked her, and that income, so the one that she stated from 400 to 500 euros, that's like a fixed income. Do we have to sign a contract? And she said, no, we do not sign a contract, and it's not fixed income. So the income that she claimed you get like at the very beginning is not fixed, but she can claim that you get that income at the very beginning. Interesting. Am I talking very fast today? I know. And I told her, like, you cannot say that that's a monthly income if it's not fixed. Can you tell me based on what is the like salary done? And she's like, based on experience. Experience in what? I can see that you're mentioning digital marketing, and considering the fact that that's a very broad term, can you please explain what is this business about? She's like, we have a webinar. And I told her, like, you wrote that like you are looking for people for your team, so I suggest that you can give some information about it before the webinar. And she's like, that's why we have a webinar. And here she again switched to some very weird language. You can see all of it on the like webinar. I gave you enough information. I cannot put a presentation of 5 hours into 5 minutes. And then I told her, like, if you're expecting me to listen to something for 5 hours, you should give more information. And she's like, it's divided in 3 days. And then I asked her, like, just to clarify, this is only advertising, like digital marketing. There is no sales involved. And she's like, yes, there is sales involved. You didn't mention that. Is that like through a web shop? No, you do it in person. or through mail. And I asked her like, is that like an MLM thing? And she's like, I don't understand what is MLM. And I told her multi-level marketing, direct selling system. I think that this bHIP company that you mentioned says itself that it's an MLM. And she was like, there's nothing illegal here. Like, there's nothing illegal here. We do everything according to the law. And I was like, I didn't say it was illegal. I'm just asking, is it that type of like selling? And also, if you're looking for people to work for you without actually signing a contract with them, don't really talk to people about the legality of these things. And she was like, we are not avoiding taxes. I didn't say you were. Like, the girl was just giving me all the information that I need. This is deplorable. Okay, I didn't say you were avoiding taxes. I mean, it's questionable when you're trying to work with somebody in Croatia. There's no contract here because like you have to have a contract when you're working with somebody. And she's like, I am not very knowledgeable about Croatian tax and Croatian law system because I work in the US. And I don't know how to translate the rest of the message because this is not Croatian. And she was like, she's working in the US. And I told her, if you want, we can speak in English. I can see your Croatian is not the best. And she, again, not replying in English, but replying in some mixture of languages. Of course it isn't, like her Croatian is not the best because I'm from Macedonia. And here the sales is not done in person, but online. You still do not have that. Yeah, Croatia is like some remote country. We do not have online shops and stuff like that. We actually, you know, still we trade. We don't even sell stuff, we trade stuff. Yesterday I bought some vegetables and I gave a sheep to the other person. Like, what the fuck? And I asked her like, what don't we have? You don't have web shops. My colleagues from Croatia confirmed it. Like, seriously. And all of that, and she was explaining to me like that she orders stuff for her team members and stuff like that. And I asked her, you get like money for everything people order through you because that's an MLM scam. She said, of course. And I asked her, where is this all about digital marketing? Like, where is the digital marketing here? And she was like, sorry, but I cannot give you more attention. Like, she literally wrote that. And I said, oh, fuck it. I'll have to wait for somebody else from the bHIP cult to contact me and send me the exact same messages on Instagram and Facebook. And she was like, you do not have to wait. You can join the cult immediately. Bitch. And I was like, how? You just have to watch the videos and that's it. And I was like, can you send me the videos? Yes, I can, but they are live. Let's wait until Wednesday. Let's not wait. You need to Google what a cult is. Also find the definition of sarcasm so you'll understand my message. God, you bHIPs. And she's like, I know what a cult is and I understood your sarcasm. But I'm not a frustrated girl like you to use sarcasm. No, sweetie, you're not smart enough to use it. Take it or leave it, it's up to you. If you don't want it, somebody else will. I mean, I don't want to insult her that she's stupid, but like, God. And also I had other girls that were contacting me and it was always the same thing. I saw while I was like doing research for this, I did not script this video, so I don't know what will come out of it, but I was researching a bit to see what the fuck are they up to now, and I saw that they like had some events, and on one of these events there was a Lambo, like a Lamborghini, I'm sorry, I just pronounced that very Croatian, and like, please, if you're renting a car, an expensive luxury car, pretending it's your car, tell the company you rented the car from not to tag you on Instagram. It was so stupid. God. Yes, so they are trying to like spread their venom across Croatia, and I just felt like ranting about it because I think that the MLM industry is toxic, it's disgusting, it's deplorable, it preys on people when they're insecure like I was. thank God that this like very negative head of mine and like my sixth sense like knocked in and was like, bitch, you're not getting involved in that. You can be a waitress. I saw some other anti-MLMs videos on YouTube, and I've realized that there is a lot of very scammy, bad people who have no morals, who are trying to prey on people during a pandemic when people literally don't have money. They're struggling to afford the basic necessities. They lost their jobs. And that's why I just wanted to come here, share the story that I have, like with that MLM scam. I don't think anybody should get involved in this. And also the fact that it's somewhat legal in some parts of the world, it's disgusting. I mean, MLMs are actually legal, I don't know, in the US. A pyramid scheme is not, but the problem is like proving that something is a pyramid scheme before it seriously hurts people and puts them in debt. I think this is it for me for today, guys. I think that this video is going to be very long. I did not script anything. I was just like, take my camera, sit down and tell the people what happened. I hope that I did not insult anybody during this video. I know there are people who are involved in this business right now, or who want to be involved in this business, or who were involved and are ashamed of it now. This was not meant to disrespect anybody, it was just my opinions. I know I get heated sometimes, but I am very triggered when it comes to exploiting people, and that's exactly what MLMs do, they exploit people. This was just my story and my opinions. I honestly hope that this industry will become regulated in Croatia and that somebody will be able to put a stop to all of this, because I think there are a lot of people like in Croatia who could fall prey to this, not because like they don't know better, but just because they are in need. And just like I said, I wanted to believe in something, I wanted to be positive in a time when I was very negative about everything. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, share, leave your comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Also, as always, in the description you can find the link to my blog, to my Instagram, some like blog posts I think you would like to read or you might enjoy. Thank you again for all of your support, and I will see you in my next one.